happening? What's happening?
Chilling. What's happening with you?
I'm cooling, man. Hey, thanks for joining us impromptu, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate it,
yeah,
Sid.
yeah, yeah.
What's good
It's
with you,
what it
though?
is. Same old junk, brother. I'm just trying to get everything good, you know.
Hey,
Happy about the win Saturday, so we still going on with that. We're moving on to the next week.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey,
You know.
Sid, man, listen. I came down there, man, and saw that game, man, and you know, the first thing that I couldn't believe, man, is I had to park a block and a half away, man, just to just to get to the game. First of all, so my question to you was saying when you guys came, out of your conditioning, man, you walked your team on the field and you saw the size of that crowd. What were you thinking when you saw all those people that was there to see a 10U football game?
Well, the first thing that thought about, honestly, because I came from Lauderdale Lake, so I
Yeah, yeah.
already, how our games were. So it was like it put me in the mind of that to where it was like, because I'm so used to coaching the big boys, and that was the
Okay.
last game of the night, and everybody used to stay for that.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
made me get back to that feeling, you know what I'm saying? And we're here really to see 10-year-olds play,
yeah, yeah,
and we have a crowd like that to see 10-year-olds play.
yeah, man.
And that's very big, when it comes to our league, because that's what we coach the game for, to try to get those kind of things going for these kids now, to see that you should block out the crowd when it pertains to games. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's just go out there and play your A game no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And it
yeah,
was
most
like
definitely.
I had one of my kids to tell me, he was like, Coach, I never saw a crowd this big.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I can take it. So, I
Wow.
respect that, because most kids don't even tell you that, especially, and this was a kid that's really good on my team. And
Okay.
he said, Coach, I don't think I'm ready for this kind of crowd.
All right, that's
And I
something else.
appreciated that, because you don't want to put a kid out there in that kind of environment, and then next thing you know, bow. Next thing you know, you have a bad play, and
Yeah,
then you can say that's a bad coaching decision by putting him out there in the front of that crowd. So
yeah.
I thank him for doing it. So
That's
because
what's up,
with
man.
us, when we used to see that when we were playing football, our coaches, they just used to be like, oh, don't worry about it, just go out there and play your game. But it's very hard, because seeing that kind of crowd is not easy.
No, 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 it's not, man. It's not. So, said, just to
Mhm.
piggyback off of that, why do you think this has become the biggest rivalry? Because no doubt, this is the biggest rivalry in all of youth
Mhm.
football in the country. Why do you think?
It
Why
mainly
do you think?
it
Why do you
mainly
think it has
comes,
gotten
brother.
to that? Why do you think it has gotten to that level?
Mainly because I got to give it to him, Freezy Prince. He's a very good promoter when it comes to anything.
Okay.
That's what he do for a living. He's great at entertainment.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay.
hats off to him. No matter what, at the end of the day, we coach these games for these kids,
Hmm.
and I think that he's, all of them. Carol City has really, came up and really done well when it pertains to their program. It's like when we were younger, we didn't see Carol City as much. It was mainly, North Dade and
North
Bunch
Dade,
Park, but
Miami
now it's
Lakes,
them.
Bunch
Yeah,
Park. Yeah.
yeah. So now that's why I tip my hat off to them, because they have a great program, and that's why I was happy, because before the season, that I said to them that we would be evenly matched.
Okay.
And then especially I'm proud of 6U, Bugatti, and then I'm proud of the 7U, the Mob Squad, and those coaches. Those are young coaches that we have an impact on their lives, as far as becoming great coaches. And I told a lot of those young men that they were going to be successful this year.
That's what's up.
So,
That's what's up, man.
yeah.
So,
And Groot on the 8U, we don't even want to talk about him, because he's a silent assassin. So he's gonna he's gonna get the job done, because I coach with that young man, and I think that he's a very, very great upcoming coach, and he's gonna
yeah.
be one of the best that this league ever seen.
Hey,
It's because
Groot the
he
homie,
does
man.
his
Groot the
thing.
homie.
Yeah, yeah, he does his thing.
Yeah. Now,
So.
in terms of the game and your preparation, said in your guys' film study watching the Chiefs,
Mhm.
what did you guys see on film that you felt you would be able to take advantage of to come out victorious in that game?
Well, first of all, you got to look at it. You know, you take away all their strengths and then look at their weaknesses. There's not
Okay.
many of them.
Okay.
So when you look at it, if you just the opposing team, the first thing you can say is, "Man, we're in trouble," because it's hard to stop. They're little athletes
Yeah.
and they're very
Yeah.
fast and they're strong. You know, like number 0 is one of the strongest kids I ever seen in my life. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Poppy
To where
nice, man. Poppy nice,
yeah,
man. Poppy
Poppy
nice.
is nice, and you really got to be on your A game to stop kids like that because their game plan is to come and muscle you away.
Yeah.
So if you let them make big plays early in the game, that could take you out of it because
Okay.
we all know football is the game of momentum.
Oh
So
yeah.
any given day it can be taken away from you. So you just got to make sure that you keep the momentum on your side and make good plays. That's why we were solid on special teams. We
Mm-hmm.
were solid on defense. So where when you can't score a point, you still have to make sure you will win the game of field position. And that's the number one thing,
Mm-hmm.
winning the game of field position.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Most definitely, man. Now, listen, man. These are evenly matched teams, but this was the third time in a row that you guys have beaten this team. And the rivalry and the excitement about it is still, at an all-time high. But you guys have had, overtime games with this team. You guys have had, most of the games except for the Super Bowl were all decided, by, one score. But this game had a different momentum to it. This game had a different feel, and it ended in you know a much more dramatic fashion, than even last year when you guys beat them on a field goal in overtime. Just how you guys
yes.
actually won this game. But with that, what do you think you guys need to do differently so you don't have to wait until the final seconds of the game, in order to pull it out? What do you think are some of the things you guys could do differently the next time you see them, to give you guys a little more breathing room than what you had in this game?
Well, to tell you the truth, when it comes to the Lions and the Army game, you never know what you're going to get. You
Okay.
just pray that you're going to win inside of it. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
okay,
And
I
it's just
understand.
that that we were lucky enough to win 3 games in a row. But I'm
Yeah.
just telling you now, it's not easy.
No,
So
not at
if
all.
anybody look at it and say that, oh, you should have blown them out, you must be crazy. You're
Yeah,
not going to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that in that kind of game.
No, okay.
So, as a coach, I know how it goes, in those kind of games. You just have to play the game of chess and hope you come out on top,
I
and that's what
understand.
it is. You have to believe in your athletes and believe in your kids,
I
so
understand
no matter
fully.
what. And coming out, we had 52 seconds left, and
Thanks, said camera froze up on me a little bit, so we're gonna get it home in a minute to get back with us. Hey, yeah, man, very very evenly matched. I'm gonna see if I can get Sad back on, like his camera went dead on me, so I'm gonna see if I can get him back on.
I'm sorry, I'm back. You got
No,
me?
I got you, Said. Ain't no problem at all. Hey, we good.
Okay.
We good.
Yeah. Well, what it was when we had 52 seconds left
Okay.
after the kickoff return, and I went on the field and I told my kids, they were like, Coach, you know, what we're gonna do. I said, look at the time. I said, we got plenty of time to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my quarterback, after the kickoff return, my quarterback got on his knee and said a prayer, and I never seen him do that
Oh
before.
wow. Okay.
And that was the number one thing. And I said, oh, we're gonna win this game. Because when we were getting ready to call the play, my quarterback was looking in our offensive coordinator eyes, Coach P eyes, and he was like, like, give me the play, Coach. I'm gonna win this game.
Wow.
And the first play, we got on it. We went on it out, and he went out. He caught the ball. Kyrie caught the ball, number 4, and
Bean
made a big
Bob.
play. And yeah, beanbot.
Hey, said I got to say hey, one thing on that because that was one of my questions. Because everybody's playing the highlight reel of Quan, catching a deep pass down the middle. And, I talked to Omar earlier this week, man, and I told him, I say, Omar, listen, Bean Bop is a star, man. And, and I've been watching that kid particularly close since 7-on-7. I saw just his size, his athleticism, how soft his hands are. And talk a little bit about him catching that a deep ball across the middle and going up for about 25, 30 yards to put you guys in position for Omar and Quan to connect, on the pass down the middle for the touchdown. Talk about how important it was for Omar to catch Bean Bop, on that pass to completely shift the momentum at that moment in that game, because that was first down.
That was big time. Seeing that when I talked to him, like right before the game, because I told him he's a big time player.
Yes,
one thing about he every time we get a chance to go to him, he make a big play.
Yeah.